Hey guys, this is part 8 of my story Torn Apart. I hope you enjoy it. Disclaimer: the characters and pictures do not belong to me. All rights belong to their rightful owners. I don't see the characters the way I portray them in my story. As a reminder, my first language is not English. My English is not the best. This story contains a lot of angst. It will also have +16 scenes in later parts. I advise not to read this story if you are under 16 or not comfortable with these topics. Warning: mention of suicide attempt, depression, violence, underage drinking, and sex. Atsumu darling, your brother is here. Can you please come into the living room? We're going to have a drink nearby. When you're done, give us a call. Atsumu, your mother would definitely like to see you afterwards too. Thanks auntie. I need a moment. Atsumu, you don't need to worry, Motoya will stay with you all the time. If something is wrong, we'll be back home as soon as possible. Thanks mom. You can go. We need a moment and then we'll come out. Atsumu sat down on the bed and smiled. He looked at his lover. Baby, ain't you mad he just showed up? No? If he is here at this time, it must mean that he left immediately after I called him. That also means that he really cares about me. When I needed him, he came straight to me. I missed him. And he helped me yesterday to get my head straight again. I wouldn't have come back without him. He made me realize that I can't let myself lose you. I know you miss him, but you shouldn't just let him back into your life like this. He doesn't deserve you to forgive him. Not after what he did to you. I don't think you should talk to him. Not without giving him a punishment. Don't let him back into your life without him seeing how much he hurt you. Let him think you don't remember for a few days. Tell him you don't remember your conversation. But then they will surely go home. I want my brother back. I know what he did to me wasn't right. I want to save our relationship as long as I can. I know baby, I just think you should first see if he has really changed. I don't want him to hurt you again. The Osamu who treated you so badly and only thought of himself wouldn't take no for granted. I think he would put pressure on you until you meet him. I just wanna protect you baby. I couldn't take it if he hurt you again. I know, and you are right. I want to reconcile with old Osamu and not who he has been for the last 8 months. Old Osamu would give me time and not put any pressure on me. But the one who made my life difficult wouldn't accept if I didn't want to talk to him. But he knows me too well. When I go out there, he knows when I lie. You gotta go out there and say it for me. But I want to call my mother first. So they don't go home. So that she can give me a few days. Good, do it. I'll do anything to make sure you never get hurt like that again. I will never let you leave my side again. No matter how hard you try to push me away, I won't let you go. As if I want you to ever let me go. I love you and I will never push you away from me again. I also promise you that I will stop drinking. I won't let you get hurt like that anymore. Atsumu stood up and hugged his lover. He kissed him. He looked into his eyes and saw how worried he was. Atsumu saw not only worry in his partner's eyes but also love for him. Kiyumi kissed Atsumu on the cheeks. He went to the bedside table and took Atsumu's phone. He held it out to the blonde. Atsumu took it and called his mother. It wasn't long before his mother answered the call. Atsumu, is something? Didn't the conversation with Osamu go well? No mom. I haven't spoken to him. I'm just calling to tell you that I won't be speaking to him today. I want to see if he's really changed. I need to know if he really is my Osamu again. I want my brother Osamu back and not the Osamu who bullied me. Can you please give me a few days? Only until I'm sure that he would not hurt me again? I understand where that comes from. I will inform your father about this. I understand that you want to protect yourself, but please don't hurt Osamu too much. I've seen him change for the better. He is no longer the Osamu who hurt you. He regrets what he did to you. I believe you, Mom, but I have to see it with my own eyes. I wouldn't survive it if he turned against me again. I want to forgive him. But I can't do that now. I just want to protect myself. In the last 2 weeks I have not only hurt myself but also Omi and Mori. Osamu hurt me deeply. That's why I tried to harm myself. But we can talk about it when we see each other. I need to talk to you and Dad. Okay, we will take Osamu to the hotel and after that we can have dinner together. We will be there in about 15 minutes. We have to pay. And then we will come. Thank you, Mom. See you later. Atsumu hung up. He looked at Kiyomi. He nodded to signal him to go outside. Kiyomi opened the door and walked towards Osamu. Atsumu closed the door behind him and leaned against the door. He opened the door again a crack so he could hear what Osamu had to say. He doesn't want to see me? Atsumu could hear his voice crack. Hearing his brother in person again after such a long time was hard for Atsumu. He could hear that Osamu had changed and it hurt Atsumu to hear his brother sad. But Kiyomi is right, he can't let Osamu back into his life that easily. Not if he is not 100% sure that the past will not repeat itself. Atsumu certainly wouldn't survive a repeat. That's why it's important for him, but also for Kiyomi and Motoya, that they are 100% sure that Osamu is no longer that asshole brother that Atsumu almost drove to suicide. Yesterday he told me on the phone that he wanted me to come to Tokyo. Sorry Samu, I can't let you into my life so easily. He doesn't remember anything from yesterday. Atsumu could see through the crack in the door how much those words hurt him. He wanted to get up and hug his brother. But he knew Kiyomi was right and he should let him believe that for a few days. And it's not just himself that has to forgive Osamu. Kiyomi and Motoya also had to forgive him. For Atsumu it is important that the people he loves the most get along well. For this, Kiyomi and Motoya have to see that he is no longer a threat to Atsumu. They must realize that Osamu has changed. Atsumu, who has spent his entire life with Osamu, can already tell that he has changed, but Kiyomi and Motoya, who see him for the second time and speak to him for the first time, cannot quickly see that he was no longer a threat to Atsumu. The first time they saw him was at the national championship. He doesn't remember anything after he left my room until he came back and we had a fight. He doesn't remember all of our fight. You are Sakuatsu Kiyomi, right? Atsumu's boyfriend? Atsumu was a bit amazed that Osamu knew exactly who he was. But then remembered their conversation yesterday and that he had told him that he was going to Kiyomi. Please don't be mad, Atsumu. I don't know everything that happened, but from the way he sounded yesterday, he certainly didn't want to cheat on you. This brought Atsumu close to tears. From all that Osamu could say, he didn't choose to justify himself or ask about his brother. No, he chose to defend Atsumu. That touched Atsumu very much. He was very happy to see his brother being himself again. He wanted to go outside and hug his brother, but he let it be again. For Kiyomi he didn't do it. He doesn't want to disappoint his boyfriend. Kiyomi has always been there for him since he met him, and he wants Kiyomi to see for himself that Osamu has changed. Kiyomi and Motoya never met the overprotective Osamu. Atsumu wants them to see that side of Osamu too. Yes, I'm Atsu's boyfriend. No matter how many times Kiyomi said those words to him, he always had to smile when he heard them. We talked about it yesterday and I know he didn't mean to cheat. Though Atsu didn't remember that he talked to you yesterday. He doesn't want to talk to you. After hearing these words from his lover, Atsumu looked at his brother. He saw Osamu fighting back tears. He heard how Osamu was getting closer to the tears with each word. It's O-K-I-W, we'll call M, my mum, T, to P, pick M, me you, up. When Atsumu heard his brother crying, he had to close the door. He couldn't bear to hear his brother cry. Osamu's point of view. They are already on their way. I already wrote them to come home. Thank you, Sakuatsu-san. I have to make a call. Osamu picked up his phone and called his lover. He needed his boyfriend and best friend now. The worst he had imagined happened. His brother didn't remember that they had talked together and that he was ready to listen to him. On call. Baby. Samu? What happened? What's wrong? Ts. Omuhidu. Esntr. Remember. He won't see me. I fucked up. We shouldn't have come. Baby, calm down. You just have to give him more time. Baby, you don't understand. I wanted to give him time. Until he's ready. And what did I do? I'll run as soon as he calls me without asking if it's okay for him. I should not have come. I should have waited for him to invite me when he's not drunk. Why was I so selfish? Baby, don't freak out. Everything will be fine. He just needs a little more time. Baby, we both knew that regaining Atsuma's forgiveness wasn't going to be easy. You and your brother will find each other again. It wasn't today and maybe it won't be next time, but you will win your brother over again. Remember that it takes a lot to rebuild a broken trust. But what if I only made it worse? You didn't do that? I know it so very well. I was always there for him during that time when you treated him like shit. I was by his side. I saw how much he loves you. Prove to him that you're not the one I met anymore, but the one that Atsu grew up with. When Atsumu allegedly cheated on me, I was also very angry. I wanted to yell at him. But I knew that Atsu wasn't himself, so I forgave him. I knew if Atsumu had been in his right mind he wouldn't have cheated. What you and your team did completely destroyed him. I know how he felt, so I could always forgive him for his stupidity. I was once in the same mental state as him. Knowing it so, he knows you regret it. He knows you weren't yourself, but that doesn't change the fact that you destroyed him. Do you know how many times he called me in the middle of the night because he was feeling like shit? Do you know how many times I had to convince him not to take his own life? Do you know? Kiyo, that's enough. Go to Atsumu. He texted me he needs you now. Kiyomi looked to the bedroom and then back to Motoya, as if he didn't quite believe him. Motoya pointed to the bedroom with a warning expression on his face. Kiyomi glared at Osamu one last time and then disappeared into his room. Baby, don't listen to him. Atsumu will forgive you. Thank you, baby. We will see each other soon. Osamu hung up. He looked at Motoya. Thanks for that. Thank you for being such a good friend to Atsu. Thank you for protecting my brother from me. We will go back home as soon as possible. I'm sure we won't go home until Monday. I'm sure my parents want to see Atsumu too. And they have to rest for the long way home. I didn't resonate Kiyo for me or for you. If it was up to me I wouldn't have stopped him. But Atsumu wrote me to stop Kiyo. Even if I and Kiyo don't like it, Atsumu wants to forgive you. Prove to him and especially to me and Kiyo that you've changed for the better. Atsumu won't let you back into his life if me and Kiyo tell him not to. So make an effort to convince us that you deserve that he comes back to your life. And don't believe for a second that you can ever afford something like that again. Atsumu is like my brother. I love him and I will do anything to protect him. I'm the one who's easy to convince. I've never seen Kiyo love like that before. He loves Atsumu more than anything. He loves him so much that he accepted that Atsumu cheated on him. I've known Kyo our whole life and I never thought he would be someone who would take cheating just like that. The last time he didn't accept it. I know I don't deserve him to forgive me or ever trust me again. I stopped earning it when I betrayed him. The moment I believed Samira and not Atsumu, that's the moment I stopped deserving Atsumu as a brother. I wish I could go back in time and kick my own ass. Unfortunately I can't. I just want my brother back. I miss him every day. The door opened and the Sakuatsus walked in followed by Mrs. Miya. When she saw her son crying, she went to him and hugged him. Osamu hugged her. Maybe I'm selfish that I want Atsumu to be a part of my life again. But I don't want it just for me. Every day I see how much my parents suffer because Atsumu is no longer at home. I often hear my mother crying at night when she misses Atsumu very much. I also want Atsumu to forgive me because I'm miserable without him and I think he is too. Osamu, it's not selfish that you want to fix the relationship between you and Atsumu. It is natural. You made a terrible mistake because you thought he slept with your girlfriend. I know you deeply regret your behavior towards him. Me and your father have already forgiven you. Atsumu just needs a little more time. I go to Atsumu for a moment and then we go back to the hotel. There we will see with your father what we are going to do now. Okay, Mum? I will wait in the car? Atsumu's point of view. The door slowly opened and Kiyomi walked in. He looked very angry. He went to Atsumu and hugged him. Atsumu, angry himself, didn't hug back. When Kiyomi realized that Atsumu wasn't going to hug him back, he took a step back. He looked at him and saw how angry his partner is. Judging by the usual, he was angry with him. Baby, why are you mad at me? What have I done wrong? You shouldn't have spoken so harshly to my brother. He himself knows that what he did was wrong. He has changed. I can see it. A few months ago he would not have simply accepted my wish not to see him. He would have just stormed into the room. But he's not like that anymore. Your words hurt him badly. I rarely saw Osamu cry. Not even before this all happened. He was always the stronger of the two of us. Osamu is not one to cry easily. If he cries because I don't remember our conversation, it means a lot, especially for me. It means a lot, so I understand you. I know how much it means to you to get your relationship with your brother back on track, but I just want to protect you. There was a knock at the door. Kiyomi opened it and Mrs. Miya walked in. She went straight to Atsumu and hugged him. Atsumu hugged his mother tightly. Kiyomi stood a little away from them. He wanted to give the two of them a moment to say hello. Mum, I missed you so much. How are you and how is Dad? We missed you too. We're fine, but we can talk about that when we go out to eat in the evening. I just want to ask if you're sure you don't want to see Osamu. No? I want to see him, but I need to be 100% sure that he is no longer the one who bullied me and that he is the brother I love again. Can you stay in Tokyo this week? I just need a few days to be sure. Well, I don't know. Osamu and Suna have to go to school. Your father and I have to work too. You and Dad can work from here, too. If you excuse Osamu from school because of a family emergency, I'm sure they'll accept that. And Suna, wait, is Suna here too? Yes, we don't have our car because it's being repaired. We could use Suna's parents' car, but only if Suna comes with us. And Osamu also wanted to have Suna there in case your conversation didn't go well. Can we talk about everything in the evening, please? I would like to have that with me too. We can eat together. Me and Omi can cook. All right, we'll see if we can stay here. Me and your father will come here after we discussed everything with Osamu and Suna. Give us about 2 hours. We will first discuss everything and then we can all cook and eat together. Thank you, Mum. Mrs. Miya left the room and drove back to the hotel with Osamu. Kiyomi turned to Atsumu at the same moment as the door closed. He looked into his partner's eyes. He approached him. Standing in front of him, he placed his hands on Atsumu's cheeks. He looked deep into his eyes. Atsu baby, I just want to protect you. I know you want to make up with Osamu again, but I saw how much he hurt you. I know you Atsu. I don't think you would survive if he turned against you again. Baby, I can't risk losing you because of him. Baby, I know you just want to protect me. I also know that it would destroy me if he treated me like that again. This is also the reason why I agree with your plan. I want to be 100% sure that something like this will never happen again. But I can also see that he is very sorry for what he did to me. Please Omi try to see the Osamu I see and not the one who bullied me. Please try to forgive him. If at the end of the week you still feel like he's still a danger to me, I won't forgive him yet, but please at least try to forgive him. I want to meet him at the end of the week and then you can see how he treats me. Baby, I trust you. I want to forgive my brother, but only when you are ready to get to know him. Well, I'll try it. But if we meet, I won't go easy on him. I will tell him everything I wanted to tell him for so long. Depending on his reaction, I will accept him or not. Thank you, baby. I love you. I love you too. Let's watch the movie to the end. The couple lay in bed together. Atsumu placed himself between Kiyomi's legs, so that Kiyomi can close his arms around him. They placed the tablet in front of them and began to watch. Osamu's point of view. Osamu and his mother arrived at the hotel together. Osamu went to his room and got Suna. The two went together to Osamu's parents' room. Osamu knocked and walked into the room. All four sat down at the small table in front of the window. How are you, Osamu? Your mother already told me that Atsumu didn't want to talk to you. To be honest, I'm not doing well. I was really looking forward to seeing Atsumu. I thought he would be willing to see me and forgive me if we talked. But it seems I was wrong. We should never have come. I shouldn't have gotten so much hope from just one conversation. When are we going home? Tomorrow? Osamu. You shouldn't give up. He just needs a little more time. I know I don't intend to give up either. I want my brother by my side again. But I won't push him. When he is ready, he can come to me. He can forgive me on his terms. I think that's a good idea. But I have already spoken to the principal of your school and to our boss. Your mother and I will be working from our Tokyo office this week, and the school principal has agreed that you and Suna will not have to go to school this week. From here you can look at the school material yourself and do your homework. I also spoke to Suna's parents and they agree. But what about my sister? I should take care of her this week. Your grandparents will take care of her? But Atsumu doesn't want to see me? There's no point in staying here anymore. We should go home. Or at least me and Suna should. Osamu, I have already arranged everything so that you do not have to go to school. Just spend this week here in Tokyo. Maybe you and Suna can explore the city together. But we will stay here. Alright. I tried to stay away from Atsumu. Baby, shouldn't you maybe try to talk to Atsumu when he's not with his boyfriend? No? I don't think he feels safe with me. If I force him to talk to me too much, he will only distance himself from me further. Our reconciliation must be on his terms. That also means Sakuatsu-san and Komura-san will be there. Both of them are right and I don't deserve Atsumu to forgive me, but nonetheless I won't give up on him. I will wait for him to forgive me as long as it takes. Suna, you must understand that you both hurt him a lot. He trusted you to the most. And you betrayed him the most. Suna Atsumu loved you very much as his best friend and it hurt him a lot that you sided with Osamu. Kiyomi and Motoya were always there for him. He feels safe with them. He will only speak to you when he feels safe and this will only be seen when Kiyomi or Motoya is with him. I understand. I will also stay away from Atsumu. We have to get ready to eat with Atsumu. Here Osamu? You two can go out to eat something? Mrs. Miya handed Osamu some money. Osamu took it. Suna and Osamu said goodbye to Osamu's parents and went back to their room together. As soon as the door closed behind them, they hugged. Both released their pent-up emotions. They held each other while they cried. Osamu was the first to regain his composure. He held Suna for a while. After a while he lifted him up. Suna locked his legs behind Osamu's hips. Osamu carried his partner to the bed and lay down with him. Osamu lay on his back. Suna lay down on him. He buried his face in Osamu's neck. Osamu held Suna for a while until Suna lifted his head. He looked into Osamu's eyes. Then he leaned forward and kissed him. In the beginning it was a kiss full of affection, but then the kiss turned into a makeout. Osamu slipped his hand under Suna's shirt and pulled it up slightly. He put one hand on Suna's lower back and the other grabbed Suna's waist. Go to my Instagram account for the smut scene. For those who didn't watch the smut, Suna and Osamu did it. Then Suna slept while Osamu cleaned up. Osamu tucked Suna in. He stroked his hair. He did that for a while until he realized that he was hungry. It occurred to him that they hadn't eaten anything for supper yet. He got dressed and took the money he got from his mother. He left the hotel and went to buy something to eat for him and Suna. As he was standing in the store, it occurred to him that Suna might be in pain in the morning, so he went to a pharmacy and bought painkillers and a massage oil. He suspected that Suna might have a tense back in the morning. He wanted to do something nice for his lover and give him a massage when he woke up. When he came out of the store he looked at the sky. He thought that Suna will sleep for a while. So he decided that before he went back to the hotel, he would go for a walk. He looked around the area around the hotel. He found a beautiful park that he would like to take a closer look at with Suna. He didn't realize how long he was gone. When he got back to the hotel room, Suna was no longer in bed. He heard sobs coming from the bathroom. Baby, is everything all right? What's happening? Why are you crying? Did I hurt you? Osamu got no answer. He tried to open the door but it was locked. Baby, please answer. You make me worry. Please open the door. G, go away. Don't want to see you? Please leave me alone. Osamu tried to convince Suna to come out for a few more minutes, but Suna stubbornly refused. After a while, Osamu gave in. I'll leave you food and painkillers on the bedside table. I'm going out. Please call me if you want to talk to me. Osamu went exploring the city for several hours. However, he didn't do this because he wanted to see the city, but just to distract himself. When it was dark he went back to the hotel. When he came into the room he saw immediately that one of the sheets and a pillow were gone. He tried to open the bathroom door but it was still locked. He knew now how bad the situation was. When Suna refuses to sleep in a bed and instead sleeps in the bathroom, he was very angry. Osamu panicked. He didn't know why Suna was suddenly so angry. He didn't know what to do. He did what he always did when he was scared. He called his brother. The first 3 tries got declined. The 4th time someone answered the phone, someone whose voice he heard a few hours ago for the first time. On call. What do you want? Needt, Sumo. Please. I need him. I swear if he talks to me now I'll leave him alone forever. But I need him now. Samu, what's up? Something happened? Has something happened to Mom and Dad? No, it is Suna. He locked himself in the bathroom and won't come out. I think he is sleeping in the bathroom. We slept together today and now he hates me? What did you do after you slept with him? I went to buy him something to eat and also got him some painkillers. He was sleeping when you left, wasn't he? Yeah. He's not mad at you? He's just scared. All you can do is wait for him to come out. Show him that you love him and that he doesn't need to be afraid. Thank you, Samu. I miss. Stop. I don't want to hear that. Give me some more time. I'll call you as soon as I'm ready to listen to you. Osamu took a deep breath and was about to say something when Atsumu hung up. He put the phone down and sat by the bathroom door. After a few hours he fell asleep at the door. This is the end of part 8. I am very sorry for the delay. I've been too busy this week. I also had writer's block and didn't get ahead. I'm not completely satisfied with the result, but I hope you like it anyway. I have a new Instagram account where I will make updates and where I will upload eventual smut scenes. Sakuatsu heart. Link is in the description. I apologize for the grammatical errors. Write me a comment how you liked the story. Don't forget to follow. If someone wants a video, please let me know it. I will try to write your ideas as best as possible.